All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the Akim and Akwath listening out there, listening and learning, that's men and women, into the Bayashadabadat, the house of David. All right, this is Ayashatap with Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp, coming to you through the Spirit with a quick lesson. Lord willing, be edifying unto the body. All right, this is going to be in the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and we're going to start at verse 9, and it reads, "Who hath ears to hear, let him hear." And the disciples came and said unto him, "Why speakest thou unto them in parables?" All right, so the disciples asked who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, all right, and his name is Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh being the Father, while Yahweh Shai being the Son, all right. Continuing on, the disciples asked him, "Why speakest to thou in parables?" All right, and this is Yahweh Shai answering. He answered and said unto them, "Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given." All right, so but to them it is not given. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is speaking in a parable. So let's find out what that word actually means, parable. All right, so you have the word right here,
Parable.
parable. All right, a short allegory story designed to illustrate or teach some truth, religious principle, or moral lesson. A statement or comment that conveys a meaning indirectly by the use of comparison. All right, so a parable. So the disciples ask, why Yahweh Shai, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, all right, speaks to them in parables, all right? And I'm going to read it in the NLT, the same things that I just read, all right? And it reads, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 9. "Anyone with ear to hear should listen and understand." Verse 10, his disciples came and asked him, "Why do you use parables when you talk to the people?" Verse 11, he replied, it's in red, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking, you are permitted to understand the secrets of the kingdom of heaven, but others are not. Verse 12, to those who listen to my teaching, more understanding will be given. Salakia. More understanding will be given, and they will have a abundance of knowledge. But for those who are not listening, even what little understanding they have will be taken away from them. Verse 13, that is why I use these parables, for thy look, but they do not really see. They hear, but they do not really listen or understand. All right. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai uses parables, all right, for the mysteries of the kingdom. If you have the ears to hear, all right, and the eyes to see, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is putting it right in front of your face, all right. But if you do not have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, you won't be able to receive the teaching, the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, Salakia. Actually, this is going to line up, all right, with the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 And I'm going to start at verse 12. All right, and it reads, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. All right, so if you understand, you're going to find comfort and you're going to get a certain rest from this. All right, you're going to start, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the children of Israel, the biblical children who the promises are to. You can find that actually in the book of Romans, chapter 5, chapter 9, verses 4 and 5. All right, who the promises are to receive salvation, but that's only for 2/3. That's excluding 2/3 of our nation. The salvation is only for the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, continuing on, and this is the refreshing. All right, so this word is going to refresh your spirit. All right, it is going to give you a renewance of life. All right, because when you start to understand these the deep dark sayings and the mysteries and the parables and the precepts, all right, you have a renewed of life. Now you are being baptized. All right, yet they would not hear. All right, but they would not hear. Verse 13, but the word of Yahweh was upon Slakia. Let me read verse 13 again. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 13. But the word of Yahweh was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backwards and be broken and snared and taken. All right, so be broken, snared, and taken. All right, so let's look up that word snared. All right, and let's look it up in the dictionary. All right, let's look up snare.
Snare.
All right, snare. A device often consisting of a noise for computing small game. All right, so a trap. Anything serving to entrap a entangled, unaware trap. All right, that's what snare or snared. All right, so it's a trap. It's to confuse you. All right, if you have the understanding and you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. All right, so the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, laid a snare before the people's eyes that don't receive this word. It is a snare and is a trap. It is a stumbling block unto them. That's why it says, read it. I'm going to read it again. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 13. And it reads, but the word of Yahweh was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backwards and be broken and snared and taken. All right, that you may be taken away from the understanding of this truth. All right, that you may be taken away from the understanding of this truth. Lord willing, that this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, the Akim Akwa, to the Bayasha Debadat, the house of David. To the next time, Shalom, Wan, Abal, Babal.